Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome to Man Talk Mondays. Welcome to Man Talk Monday. I'm Derek Smith, here with my buddy, Mr. Yogi, John Lewis, in the building.
What it do, people out there? What do it do?
So, we're getting down to the business tonight. We stand in the same vein of last week. There's a lot going on in the country right now, and we want to talk about it. And pretty much talk about all the business. I mean, all of it. We want, how they say, we want all the smoke. We want it all today. So yeah. So today we want to talk about, are we our own worst enemy? Are we our own worst enemy? So I'm watching Facebook, just keeping up with everything. You can't help but keep up with everything because every post is about the George Floyd murder and everything surrounding that, the protest, and come across a video from political activist Candace Owens, right? And Candace Owens she's kind of known for her views. She's very popular for her views. And need I say, in the Black community, she's not popular for her views. But she goes off on this rant for about 15 minutes talking about George Floyd and how she doesn't support everything that's going on around the George Floyd murder, what's going on with the cops and everything of this nature. Are you familiar with Candace Owens? You familiar with her?
Yeah, I know Candace. Yeah, I know.
We all know it now.
But that's the crazy thing. I knew nothing about her. She has like 22 million followers. She got something crazy number of followers, and I had never heard her name before until recently, and I've been listening to her a lot this weekend.
Yeah, so she made some inflammatory statements about the whole incident with all the marching that's going on now with George Floyd, and it just got us to thinking. Everybody got us to thinking, talking about what do we mess up the cause for ourselves?
Well, we certainly don't help it. Now, we may not mess it completely up, but we do some stuff and you be like, for example, when they say that, people will often say, hey, this is not about looting. But when they often focus on looting, the white people run towards the furniture, the clothes, and the lamps. We running toward the register.
They looking for accessories. They trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I saw this one picture. This white woman had these two lamps, and she running out like, "Oh, this is gonna look good in the front room, baby. I got
some." That white woman has been scoping them lamps out for some time. She say as soon as the moment is right, these gonna be sitting over here and over here. But not us though, not the black people. Black people say as soon as the moment right, everything in that register, cards, lotto tickets, everything, all that's mine. And that's what they go ahead.
Looking at this, just what we're talking about now with the riots, the rioting. And there's been a whole lot of controversy around the rioting, that there were people being paid to sabotage it and everything like that. Is rioting the right response?
You know what? I can't say it is, but I can't say it ain't. If somebody comes by and kicks a dog every day, and that dog turns around and bites you, was it the proper thing to do? Nah, he shouldn't have bit him. But can you understand it? Yeah, I can understand. Right. I don't agree with it, but I can understand it. You know, I listen. Sometimes it just make you feel better to break something. I get that.
Yeah.
But I get that. Do I agree with that? No. But I understand it.
So in the words of Dr. King, Amber Alert's going on.
Man.
But in the words of Dr. King, he said, the riot is the language of the unheard. I think mine going off now. But that's what he said. Riot is the language of the unheard. So do you think it's more of just a natural response to just a whole bunch of
it's a build-up. It's a build-up.
Yeah.
It's a build-up. That thing is build-up, man.
Now, my only thing about it, here's my thing about it. Why we gotta tear up our own stuff? Why ain't you going to who you mad at? The neighborhood.
Well, this is what
over there and tear up their stuff.
Well, this is what I think. I think if we tearing up 10 stores and 2 of them just happen to be black people, my bad. My bad.
But they put black owned on the business. They put black owned out there. They say black owned.
Hey man. My bad. Listen. Because to be honest, when you start the looting and the rioting, you don't really have a plan as far as we're gonna ride from here to here and tear these up. Mm-hmm. Just some dude say, I can't take this no more, and just throw out something.
Radio.
And then from that store to the next 10 stores down, that's generally what happened. Because I don't believe it's a plan. I don't believe it's a plan. I don't believe it's a plan. They ain't thinking that far ahead.
No, but it is an emotional response. Now, one thing I would say, emotional responses aren't the proper way to handle things because you got to be thinking. You have got to be thinking. Whenever you in a fight, like you take boxing, you take professional boxing. When a boxer knows if I can get under your skin and make you mad, you're gonna mess up.
Yes.
And then I got you. So go ahead.
Derek. But think about the people that can I be honest?
Oh, yeah.
Can I be me? Now this is not gonna be popular, but this is just me. Most of this stuff don't take place in the upper echelon or the more educated places in the cities. They take places in the poverty parts of the city where people aren't as educated and don't really know is exactly how to express themselves in the right ways. Now, I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, so what? And it's my opinion. But that's why they don't get it out in let's say North Dallas. It's over in the southern region of Dallas. They don't, and again, they aren't as educated.
I get it. So, Jakima Laurent says, when no resources are provided for people to understand how to express their rage and anger, what do you expect? In what system has the majority of Black people had access to those types of resources? Maybe we don't know how to count to 10 if things were different.
You tell Jakima to get out of here with that count to 10. We ain't counting to 10. We're trying to grab 10 rocks and see which one of these things we can throw them through. We ain't counting.
Quick woo side.
So think about this. Mm-hmm. When you riding, you at a place to where I'm not saying I don't have nothing else to say. Now my actions need to speak louder than anything that I can say. You ain't been listening to me while I was trying to talk to you. Now I'm mad and I'm finna act out. Now I'm finna throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah. So anybody who has gone for an extended period of time of people not paying them attention, they gonna do something. You take a child. If you have a child that you're ignoring, they're gonna find the most extreme way to make sure you hear them. So I understand the rioting, but it did happen. People switched to a more organized, the rallies. I've been to a couple of rallies, and it's organized. People have, everything laid out to where we can keep down confusion, keep down a bunch of foolishness, and it's good. That's the best way to do it. That's the best. But I understand the emotional outrage in the beginning. I do understand that.
When you in the hood, all bets off. All bets off. Now, after the fact, I agree. After the fact, people have came in and say, "No, guys, this is how we need to do it." But that first initial reaction, first 2, 3, oh no, they tearing up everything, and I understand it. I don't agree with it, but I understand.
So just to let everybody know, number one, it's Man Talk Monday. We talk about all types of issues, but right now we're talking about, are we our own worst enemy? Do we do ourselves a disservice by how we handle things? And the thing that sparked the conversation was a video by Candace Owens. If y'all don't know Candace Owens, she's an African American young lady who is a political activist.
She married to a white guy.
She supports Trump. She's married to a white guy. Yeah. She is a Trump supporter, and I don't know. I think the political stuff is really getting out of hand. But I just want to say, you can comment. We're watching comments. We will acknowledge those. So you are part of the show along with us. So absolutely share your thoughts, share your feelings, and we'll make sure we address those. So just want to throw that out there. So watching the video of Candace Owens, one thing she said that struck me, she quoted a Black author named Shelby Steele. And this is what she said. She said, Black culture is unique from other cultures because we are the only culture that caters to the bottom denominator of our society. The bottom denominator.
I don't know if we don't cater to them, but they get a lot of attention. Let's say, like, remember the Gina 6?
Gina 6. I do remember Gina 6.
They was at the BET Awards. They was at Good Luck over off of Luke 12 in Dallas. They was at all the hot spots. they was at all the hot spots. So, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. They was acting a fool though. I get it, but they was acting a fool. And I think sometimes we as Black people, we in such a hurry to protect our people that we don't stop and say, you cut that out. Ain't like you got some sense and go over there and sit down. So when we take it, we
I got that at home. I don't know about you. I got that at home. I wasn't finna go and embarrass my mama. That was not about to happen. So,
brother, my daddy made me whoop myself before he got home. I think we're guilty of it. I do. I think we are guilty of that. I think we are. I kind of agree with her with that. We do that.
Okay, so we make heroes out of criminals, which is basically the bottom line of what they say. We make heroes out of criminals.
It sounds kind of tough when you say it like that. I don't.
What? I mean, that's what she's saying. She cleaned it up and said we cater to the bottom denominator. What do you consider the bottom denominator?
But we do though.
Wrong.
But we do. We do. Okay. And we just want to make sure you're not being mistreated. And you're like, wait a minute. So we these kids were acting a fool. Nobody's gonna say nothing about next time when these situations come up. Perhaps we need to carry ourselves. You know, the crazy thing about Black America is we know that we aren't judged the same way, and yet we still do the same stupid stuff. And then we say, "Oh my God, he got 2 years and I got 37."
Yeah,
you didn't know the rules when you went in.
So Rod Collins says, so white people don't celebrate redneck rebel culture. And I think it's just what you just said. We gotta understand that it's not equal. It's not equal. What we call criminals, and really, what America calls criminals is completely thrown off, because you take somebody who steals whatever. Let's say he shoplifted out of Walmart or a grocery store because he was hungry, because his family was hungry. He shoplifted.
Oh, there we go. Wait.
Oh, come on now.
He was shoplifting because he was hungry. Really? Oh wait. How about, let me deal with one with you better.
Okay.
How about he was in Walmart moving tags off of the stuff, putting cheaper tags on them? How about we go there? And then he get caught. They wrestled him to the ground and got him in the headlock, and now we got him on TV at the BET Awards because he got roughed up.
Oh. Okay, so because the Gina 6 did end up on the red carpet at the BET Awards. They did. Yeah, you're right. I almost forgot that. They did end up there. They did.
And I'm not saying, listen, y'all. Before y'all go to Derek's house, because I'm staying at Derek's house right now. Before y'all go to his,
you see we
before y'all go to Derek's house, I just want us to stop and think about it for a second, y'all. She is right. We are kind of impartial. It's one thing to be a voice for those people who don't have a voice. It's another thing for us to look the other way. And we will look the other way. Because we say, this is what we say. Well, they've been doing us wrong so much anyway, we deserve one. What you deserve? What do we deserve?
Yeah.
It's just like when OJ killed his wife. Everybody know OJ did it. But we just wanted to feel like we was getting away with something.
But we was fighting for OJ, boy.
OJ been back to the hood since we fought for him.
Hey, don't want to go back. OJ
ain't been in the hood since we fought for him. We know he did it.
OJ probably got a MAGA hat in his closet. We don't even know. But here, now we say that's criminal, but we got. Let me remove this banner so you can see the whole thing. So we got two guys. We got Chase Letner and Lamar Lloyd. Same crime, same courtroom, same judge, same day. But the white young man got 2 years in county jail, and the black young man got 26 years in prison. Now, you talk about crime. This isn't criminal?
Okay, so most likely, who gonna go off and do something with themselves? If they both get off, who coming back to see me? If I'm the judge, who coming back to see me?
Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. You're a judge.
So you said out of both of those two guys, neither one of them is coming back to see me? Who is most likely to come back and see me?
Okay, great point.
You ain't answered my question yet. I want to know who coming back to see me.
So the black guy's coming back to see you.
So I'm going to give you your time now, cause you coming back. You coming back? You telling me that black guy not coming back?
How
is that black guy not coming back?
How Minority Report you? You giving him time? He ain't even committed crime yet. Oh my God!
He's coming back. If he's not coming, listen,
okay.
If he's not able to move out of the environment and the system that he's in, he's coming back.
Okay. So, all right. Let's say this. This is my little scenario here. I was in college. People in college typically don't have a whole lot. I didn't have a wealthy family backing me, supporting me, paying my bills. None of that. I had really very little support, if any at all. I was sitting in my apartment one time. It's the summertime. School is out. I'm hungry, man. I am hungry. I had just finished my last pack of instant grits, which was all I had in my head. My last little pack of instant, and I'm starving. And I seriously contemplated robbing somebody. Right? This is me. Everybody don't know, but you know me. You know me. Does it seem like me?
You were still there. Okay, so would you say
who says what this guy's motivation was for doing what he did? We don't know. I don't know him. We don't know him. But the judge probably didn't know him. But to assume, oh, that's just what he's gonna do. He's gonna be here forever, and he's gonna always be coming through my courtroom. So let me just go. You know what I'm saying? Just give him 26 years. Really?
So you don't think he's coming back? You don't think he's coming back? I'm asking you. Do you think he's coming back?
I can't say that he is. I don't know him.
You know he's coming back. You can wait in the courtroom. He next on the thing on the block. He's coming back.
So he case number 2, 3, and 4, huh?
Listen, I understand. If people, Melody said this. She said, yeah, even though it's not equal, we're still human. Is she right? And we do make mistakes. Yes, we do. But we got to understand, we said we knew the rules when we started playing the game. So now that you get caught up in the rules, you can't complain that the rules ain't fair. You knew what the rules was when you started playing the game. They slapping their hands. They hitting you with a bat. You knew the bat was coming when you started playing the game.
So what about this comment by Rod Collins? He said, American culture is criminal.
I would agree to that to a certain extent. I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
So who's qualified to judge
then? Well, until we put people, let me see, because the justice system, like what you say, the justice system is not flawed. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Correct?
Hold on. Let's go to this quote. Yeah, this quote. This is a quote by Mike McClure Jr. He made this statement at the rally in Birmingham. He said, "Stop saying the criminal justice system is broken. It's working exactly like they designed it to."
Okay, so but I got to get this out. Melody said this. She said he may come back because he won't have the same opportunities as the white guys do.
No, great point.
Yeah, okay. Yes, that is a good point.
Let me just remind everybody what we're talking about. We're talking about Candace Owens and her 15-minute rant about George Floyd and some comments that she made. One of the comments she made was a quote she said by Shelby Steele, who's a Black author. And he said, "Black culture is unique from other cultures because we are the only culture that caters to the bottom denominator of our society, meaning we cater to criminals. Black people cater to criminals," is what she basically said. Now, I will say, dude, when Boosie was locked up, man, when Boosie got out, I was like, I saw social media. I was like, man, what's going on? It was Boosie, man. They wanted Boosie out of jail, man. But, you know. Okay. All right. So do we turn criminals into heroes? What criminals have we turned into heroes?
Well, I don't know if we turn them into heroes, but we do hold them at a higher regard probably than we should. Now, and I don't know the personal background of all the people, and again, we all make mistakes. You're right, we all make mistakes, but I think in us trying to, as Black people, with us trying to give criminals a voice, sometimes I think we do a lot. I think we might do too much in trying to get them a voice sometimes. I think they need to have a voice, but we do too much. Now every time I see you, every time I turn on my TV, you on my TV. That's too much. You don't think that's too? And let me say this: we don't do a good job of teaching We don't do a good job of teaching our kids.
Go ahead.
I just think that I'm just taking the gene of 6 kids who came to him and said, hey, young brothers, listen, moving forward, this is how we have to start dealing with that kind of stuff. We gotta think more, we gotta use our heads more than we use our muscles. We gotta think more. We gotta be because if they can catch us not thinking, now they got us where they want us to. Now you gotta rep.
All right. Ernestine Bonnet said the system isn't bad, it's those who control the system. He said that's what's bad. The people that control the system are bad. So what do we do with the ones that control the system then if they bad?
But we can't do nothing about the system, Derek. All we can do is try to outsmart the system. If they have cheese waiting there for us to get, and they know we're gonna come get it, we can't go get that. We gotta do something. We gotta be smarter. We're not smarter. That's not true. We don't use our heads as much as we're supposed to. We are a lot smarter race than I think what white America thinks we are. But we don't often show it.
Now, you're right. We are. Well, we're more smart than we give ourselves credit for. Now, you take poverty. Now, this is a quote by Aristotle, a Greek philosopher. He said, poverty is the parent of crime. Now, Candace Owens said that blacks commit 85% of the crimes, the violent crimes that go on in America. 85%. Now, based on his statement, let me show you the statistics. So this is based on statistics from 2018. The unemployment rate in the U.S. is 22% for blacks compared to 9% for whites. So if poverty is the parent of crime, what does that say about these statistics?
I mean, you right on. I'm sorry. I'm reading comments. I'm sorry.
You got me in the
Because Rod Collins says Christopher Columbus was a murderer, rapist, and America gave him a holiday. Okay, okay. I don't really know what yes, they did. And America is full of statues and all that kind of stuff of people that shouldn't have it. It's full of it. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about us, dude. We're talking about us. Well, at least Christopher Columbus stole, and raped, and pillaged so America could have. He took it for America. We just raped and stealing and pillaging to break it like so. I'm not defending. I am not defending nothing that he's saying. No, I'm not defending him. But I just don't. It don't do any good. You can't bring an eye for an eye to the fight because it's not a fair fight. You can't tell me all about what the white people are doing because they judge. We already said they judge differently than us. So how you gonna keep bringing white stuff to the fight? You can't stop bringing it. I know. We know. Everybody knows it ain't fair. Yes, we can go all day quoting and about stats. No, it ain't fair. But so what are you gonna do about it? When are you gonna start acting like you got some sense if you know the game is rigged?
Okay, you bring up a great point. If we had a fight, if me and you had a fight, and you tied my hand behind my back, you have already given me a disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Or did you make sure that I could win with one hand versus your two?
Well,
because eventually I'm gonna learn how to fight with that one hand if that's all you're giving me.
That's true.
So this is the statement I'm making. I say this all the time. The greatest threat to America is white privilege. White privilege has done way more damage to this country than any black person could do because we already see we're less of the population. But if I don't put a level playing field, it kills competition. So I'm not putting my best foot forward every time. We just assume that the best foot is being put forward because the white guy is in. And we see this mentality because we want white quarterbacks. We feel better dealing with a white person than a black person when it comes to certain things, especially money. So we have already been, I don't know the word for it, but we've already had this job done on us to think that white equals right. But if I know I got the job simply because of who I am and not because of how I perform, then what makes me put in the maximum effort that's gonna really excel, make me excel in the job?
As a white person, it don't. But as a black person trying to get the job, we always say we got to be that much better. We said already. So again, I'm asking you, if you know me and you gonna fight, we fighting, and you got a hand behind your back, you got a decision to make. Either you can stay, you can go train for a one-handed fight, or you can not think with your head and get your brains beat out with one hand. Or you got a decision to make on how you gonna go about this fight. And I just think we're not thinking.
Great.
We're not reacting. We're not thinking, we're just reacting is basically what I'm saying.
Great point. So let's say I recognize the deficiency that you've given me by tying my hand behind my back, and I choose not to fight. But that does not mean that you still not gonna beat up on me.
Oh, you're gonna take a whooping.
Okay, all right. So in me taking a whooping, knowing that I'm gonna take a whooping, what would I do in that case? What normally happens?
You get tired of the whooping, and you ride or you do something crazy.
No, I do something to numb the pain.
Okay.
And so people wonder why. I remember watching Boys in the. You remember watching Boys in the Hood back in the day? You remember what Lawrence Fishburne's character said in there? He said, "Shop in the liquor store almost every corner."
And they got those over there to numb the pain, so it don't be as depressing as knowing that you.
Right. And this is not going to be popular to a lot of people, I know, but I think religion is one of those methods we use to numb the pain.
Oh, so religious. Wait, it's religion. No, wait, it's liquor stores, religions.
What do you see? You take the poorest neighborhoods. What
on every corner.
On every corner.
It's a church on every corner. It is. It's a church.
Churches, liquor stores, and pawn shops.
And what are they selling? What are the church selling?
You answer that. I want you to answer. What are they selling? Tell me, what are they selling?
The church is selling hope.
But what's the hope?
That things will get better for them. Things will be better.
When?
Oh, when they.
In that sweet by and by.
When Jesus come back.
In that sweet by and by. Why we gotta wait till sweet by and by for us to have a good life? Why we gotta wait till the sweet by and by for things to get right? Why do we have to wait for that to happen? Why we can't have that now?
Because it's going to take us. Because we don't want to go. We don't want to go through the processes that it's going to take for us to make things better for us as a whole, as a people. We don't want to go through that process. I don't believe. I think some of us do, but most of us, the majority of us, from what I see, from where we live, we don't want to go through those processes, man.
So we don't play the long game.
No, I don't believe so. It just, I'm from Oak Cliff. Okay, I'm Oak Cliff. Before it was Oak Cliff, it was West Dallas. It was South Dallas, West Dallas, Oak Cliff. I know it. We done had Christmas toys in our backyard when we woke up Christmas morning. Our Christmas toy was riding in front of our house. So it don't get no more hood than where we were. I get it. I don't know. And I've said this. It's a different mentality over there. It's different mentality in the hood. They think differently. They act differently. And I think that's part of the problem. Where are the men in the hood? One of the problems in the hood is we don't police the hood no more. The white people got to come in and police our hood, and they handle it the way they want to handle it. Where are the men in the hood? Where are the older people like myself in the hood that we can tell them young kids, hey boy, get your butt back on there, talk respectful, pull your pants up, do this, do that. We don't have that. We don't have it in the hood no more. Or if we got it, the parents don't want us saying nothing to their kids now. It ain't like it was when I grew up. When I came up, everybody was beating you before you got home for doing something stupid. It ain't like that no. It ain't like that no more. You can't say nothing to the kids now, right? The parents jumping on you now.
Yeah.
It's different in the hood, man. It's different. We have decided to take a shortcut.
Is it a shortcut to justice? I think that's a quote. We got to make a quote out of there. There is no shortcut to justice.
No, bro. And then the only time, so when all these people been getting killed by police officers. Police officers been acting a fool for as long as we can remember, since Rodney King. Rodney King was the first one they got caught with. The first one they got caught with, but they've been doing black folk like this for a minute. And now here we are. Somebody help me. They ain't made nobody change. Negroes still speeding through there. They still stealing. They still doing some of the food stuff they was doing then. I make me understand. And now I'm supposed to go to a march that's 104 degrees over there.
I gotta go here though, right? So Michael Brown, he died. He got killed. He got shot. He got killed. They said he shouldn't have been stealing. He should have been doing X, Y, Z, right? And so they tell us what they tell us: be non-confrontational, be compliant, and all this type of stuff. And it still turns out that we're non-compliant. I mean, when we're polite as possible and everything, we still get killed. So what's the solution?
But Michael Brown didn't get killed because of nothing that he had done. Michael Brown got killed because of the people in front of him, what they had done. We're not judged by what you're doing at the time. We've already been judged by some of the foolish things we've done prior. Now, I'm not saying everybody. I'm not saying nobody's wanted to be killed. But
Say it one more time. We're judged by what?
We judged by some of the dumb things that people before us have done. Now, if you policing the area and you know when I go on this part of time, they got their list, they got this. Listen, your word goes before you on how people act. Reputation goes before you. And I think people are now getting killed because of stuff that other people have done. I don't think nobody. Let me say this: I'm not warranting nobody getting killed, but I'm saying those people. When you see that kind of stuff, you saying, that's not they didn't kill him because of him. It was somebody else that did some foolish stuff. Because hey, you can count on your hand the foolish stuff that we be doing over the drive-bys, all the foolish stuff that they doing over there. Come on.
It's a lot of foolish stuff that's going on. Now, this is no justification. But it's not the same foolish. Well, I would say even worse foolish stuff is going on the other side, man.
Yes, it is. Listen, I was watching RoboCop the other day, and one of the things about RoboCop dealt with crime and injustice the same way that he was programmed to, whether white or black. You bringing a human element in, and you expecting them to take that part out of it, and they can't. They not. You die, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed. They're not taking the human element out of it because of reputation and stuff that precedes it. You can't tell me when they go to certain neighborhoods they don't know. Whoo boy. Well, I know. And Rod, I went to school with a Rod Collins. I wanted just the same dude. But anyway, so Rod Collins saying is racial profile justified? No, it is not. But again, okay, Rod, let me ask Rod a question. Derek, can you jump in and answer? So if they pull over a black person who got them temporary place on this car, and it smells of marijuana, what are the chances that he gonna have a warrant for his arrest somewhere? What a chance? Think no, maybe a little bit. Nah. What do you think, Derek?
I don't know. I honestly gotta say, man, I don't know.
Man, I think you tripping. Yes, they're gonna have a warrant. No racially profile race. Melody, what you're not gonna do, Melody? You're not gonna call me no Republican. I am not a Republican. I'm simply saying if we be rational, let's be reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How many of us as black people take care of our business like that, where the police can pull us over and we good? And we good.
Okay. And brother, I get that. I get that. But we have to understand that is still not justification for the extremities of
I'm telling you, and again, I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying most of those people that have died, they getting judged because of something that somebody else has done. I'm telling you, they're not as much as I believe they foolish, because they are, but they foolish, but they also okay, Derek. You pull up. Oh, how comfortable are you going to the hood, Derek?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm not. I ain't gonna even front like, oh, my people. Nah, brother. Hey, I tell people all the time, there's a fine line between my people and them. Yeah, there's a fine line.
But those are the people that a lot of the times, those are the people that we fighting for. The ones the neighborhoods that we scared to go in. Those are the people that we fight for.
What creates the environment? Is it the people? Or the people? Do the people create the environment, or are they responding to something that was created for them?
I think it's a combination of the two. Listen,
ladies and gentlemen, did you catch it? You had to think about it. Man, we talked about poverty. Poverty being the parent of crime. It's what Aristotle said. Poverty is the parent of crime, which means then in order to fix it, we also saw that unemployment in the black community is way higher than unemployment in the white community. So in order to fix it, why aren't they trying to create more opportunities for blacks to have? Think about it.
So if you gave a job to every black person, they would take it?
No.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Why not?
Because one thing about it, when you are trying to quote unquote get out the hood, right? There is a comfortability spot in poverty when the government is taking care of everything and the system is your parent and your husband, whatever you want to call it. They're your provider. The system is your provider. There is a period in between that transition where you're trying to get out, where you're going to suffer. You got to be okay with suffering to get beyond that point. You got to be okay with suffering to get beyond that point. But I think most people do decide, I don't even want to deal with. Now this example is a good example of poverty, but it was a white woman that said it. But I remember watching $1 Million Baby. You know, $1 Million Baby was this female boxer, and she had started coming into some money. She started seeing a little wealth. She wanted to do something good for her mama. I mean, we always want to take care of mama, man. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So she goes and she buys her mom a house. She brings her mom there. Mom, what you think? Oh, this is nice. It's nice. It's yours. And you would expect, oh, baby, I sure appreciate it. Tears flowing, hugs and everything. Her mama said, what do you do? What did you just do? She said, they're going to cut my welfare. She complained about losing her welfare. Her daughter just bought her a house. and she complained about losing her welfare. That mentality is prevalent. It's still in the hood. How do we get people to come out of that mentality to where they're willing to go through the desert, the wilderness, to get to the promised land?
I don't know. I mean, I'm so serious, man, because rather than the church and the liquor stores and the pawn shops and all that, what about libraries? What about place where you can, programs that help you find jobs, that educate you? Because, and this is the thing about it, there. I believe there are places. How to do LLC? Yes, Rod makes some very good points. But I think this. I think there are places in the hood that do all of the stuff that we're talking about, but we don't know about those places. You know why? Because we know where the best chicken place is. We know where the best barbecue places are. We know where the best, all the stuff that don't mean nothing, ain't gonna do nothing for us. We don't know where those are in our neighborhoods, but we know where Wingfields. We know where the best burgers. We know where all those places. But what about the place that? Where can I find out how to do LLC?
It's some good food.
Where can I find out? Hey brother, I drive from over here to over there, so it's a really good food. It's a really good food. But how to invest? This, I believe that there's places in the hood set up to do that, but we don't know about those.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Now, my biggest issue with everything that's happening now, with the protests, with the rallies, peaceful rioting, whatever's going on, there will come a time where the fire is going to go out. Everybody ain't gonna be marching anymore. The marching gonna stop. Everybody, all the rah-rah stuff is gonna be over. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? I know that there are people who have plans, but the plan isn't understood collectively to where the whole Black community knows what it is that we're trying to do and how we're going to do it. I went to a rally the other day, and I was so glad that at the end of the rally, they actually said 3 steps to a plan. Because I hear the complaining. I hear I've been treated wrong in this country. This nation is not fair. I hear all of that. But what are we going to do? What is the plan moving forward? When the marching is done, when everything is said, what are we going to do? I want to hear.
I think the worst thing. I think the worst thing that can happen is for you to fight for a seat at the table. And when you finally get at the table that you fighting so vigorously to get to, and you get there and you don't have nothing to offer or to add to what's going on at the table. And if we don't, because this is the thing, because they're not going to pick the brightest and the smartest of us to give us a seat at the table. They're going to go into those neighborhoods that we fighting for, and they're going to get somebody out from over there. And when they get them out from over there and say, hey, in this poverty neighborhood, now you have a voice. Now what you got to say? You know what we're gonna say? I want to thank Mom and them. I want to throw a shout out to them. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get on TV in front of everybody and make a fool out of everybody. We got
but to your point. Why do they always go to it could be 100 educated people on the side. They gonna find that.
Yeah, they are. But now
and put a mic in his face.
We at least could make it more difficult for them to find those people there. We at least can make it more difficult. We have to take education more serious now in our hoods. We have to take it more serious. We have to do, if we educate people about some of the things that people on here talking about, it can't do nothing but make the hood better. The hood has to take on a different connotation than it does now. It has to mean something, because now when you think about the hood, you're thinking the worst of the worst on this particular area. Tell me I'm wrong. You're thinking, oh Lord, I got to be over out of there by sundown because it's the hood. Are we not? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. But here's the thing I want people to understand. there are systematic things set up to make sure that that narrative remains. The way that they build prisons, how they set their markets for prisons, is based on the literacy of a child by the third or fourth grade. If a kid can't read by third or fourth grade, they mark him down as going to prison. That's how they set their market for prisons. Anybody that does not know, prisons are a private business. They are not a part of the justice system as we know it. The state isn't running this. This is private business. And we got to understand that they have a plan for making sure that they keep their market. They have a plan to make sure they keep their market. And so it's no mistake that things are the way they are in the hood. We need to wake up in the hood. We need to wake up and say, we gonna change this. So the education that needs to happen, it's not happening in the schools. The education needs to happen at home first. It needs to happen at church. Listen, I'm all about preaching Jesus, but Jesus want people to know some stuff too. He want people to know about economics. He want people to know about, law. No, it ain't just about going to heaven.
When he put his team together, he had people that knew a little bit of everything, didn't he? Exactly. When Jesus put his team together, he didn't get the one that could slay you out the fastest. He got one that knew how to do taxes, that could fish. That everybody was bringing something to the table.
Doctors, yeah, he had everybody.
See?
Even though he could, even the person that was gonna turn.
Even though Jesus could raise you from the dead, he still had a doctor with him. I mean, we have to. It's one thing, it's almost offensive for somebody to say that we salute the people that act the fool. That's almost offensive to me. But when I understand we're just trying to care for them, but in caring for them, if we really want to care for them like we're supposed to, we need to make sure they're educated and taking care of themselves and their things like they're supposed to be. We can't listen. Don't run to the aid of me when the police is behind me and about to shoot me. Run to my aid before then. Give me what I need so I can survive before that comes. Because if you do that, now the police, all the food, now the onus is still on, because it's one thing to get the police together, we still acting the fool. Why are we gonna get the police together if we not? Somebody need to be pointing back at us, say, now y'all, we on them, but we got to do better ourselves. Ain't nobody said nothing about us doing no better.
Rod said we have to have soldiers and scholars.
Who is Rod Collins? And who is Rod Collins?
Grambling, man. Rod is one of my partners from Grambling. Shout out to Big Rod. Rod is one of the coolest guys you ever want to meet, man. But
no, I don't believe that. Rod is a Democrat.
Rod is cool people, man. Okay. Nobody say nothing bad about Rod. Rod is people, man. But I've said this several times that we don't have elders anymore in the community. We don't have people that young people can look up to, that we can touch and converse with, that we like, I want to pattern myself after them. I want to model myself after them. We don't have that anymore. And it's sad because we need it. And I'm not just pastors. We need more than pastors. We need businessmen. We need educators. We need, all kinds of people. We need these people present in the community.
But it's as simple as somebody leading the life that you would like to lead. And I think most time we focus too much on the professional athletes when that's not the average life for people. It's some average guys in the community, the coaches, the school teachers that are leading really good lives, because success leaves clues just like failures does.
Yeah.
So if there's somebody in the community that's trying to do some things right, those are the examples, but they're not the one that getting under the pub though. Only the athletes get right now. To me, the superheroes are the teachers.
So here's the problem. And I say that whoever controls the story controls the truth. Not to say that they have the actual truth, but they can set a truth that makes everybody react to it. We got to start controlling our own story. If nobody's going to tell us in the public schools about the Black contributions to American history, if we're not going to get that story in our public schools, we can't go down and beat our public school doors down, talking about why you're not teaching my kids. Well, we should have stories in our homes. We should be teaching stories in our homes. We should talk about the contribution to this country so they don't feel like we come from a bunch of sorry, lazy people. But that narrative is going to be put out. So how do we counteract it? We have way more influence than we realize inside the home, and we got to use it.
Wow. Well, you're exactly right, because it's too easy for us to drop our kids off somewhere and think that they're going to give them everything they need. And that's at the church, that's at school, that's anywhere, when everything they need should come from the house. Now, and everything after that should be gravy on the pork chop.
Yeah.
Everything after that, because they got that stuff should come from the house. How valuable you are, what you accomplish, all that stuff should come from the house.
The public school system should not be teaching morality. That should be coming from the house.
Melvin say, unless he have a badge.
Unless
I guess. Hey, listen. I only want to touch that. I only want to touch that. Well, think about this. If they came back to the hood and say we want police officers from the hood, do we got people that could do it?
Yeah, and I think police forces should reflect the community. I do believe they should reflect the community. But one thing they got to do is start doing a psychological test on these dudes, make sure they ain't got no what's the word I'm looking for? Power issues.
No issues.
Make sure they know power issues. Because these dudes get a badge and they get on their high horse. And I'm not just saying it's white people. Black people do it too. If you've been picked on all through high school, you probably don't need to be a police. Because you're going to run across the people who's and you're going to have something for them.
That's true.
I said something. He said, before you were in your 20s, did either of you know about Black Wall Street? I learned about Black Wall Street about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago. No, I was not in my 20s. But that story should be in history books. But why is it in history books? Because it's going to paint people, white people, in a light that they don't want to be seen in. But is the truth. You had a Black community, and because of jealousy, they burned down a town, killed and murdered people, and injured a whole bunch of people, and destroyed the whole community. Well, it was like 36 blocks of Black.
We don't have Black history books.
No, I mean, not to where it's standard for every home, and that's probably something needs.
And it should
collective. There's not a collective thing. Now, Rod said, he said our real history is hidden, but enough people know to put something together.
That's true.
And those are the books that we need to make sure are sitting on every bookshelf in every Black home. So kids get a better sense of self. They get a better sense of where they come from, and they don't feel like they got to feed into this narrative that I'm going to end up in prison or dead. You got kids that verbally tell you that I'm not going to live that long, no way. So why I live like a fool? That's the sad narrative that's been put out.
Wow. Wow. You're like, boo, like,
it's a lie.
It's a lot. But as parents, we just have to be more involved with what's going on with our kids and the kids that are coming up. You know, if you don't have any kids, there's kids around, there's people that you can get to. We need to start have more of an influence on our youth, man, and what's coming up. Because if not, they're gonna repeat some of the same crazy stuff that we did. Man. We need to be more educated. You can't be educated enough on things that we should be.
Right. We got some serious problems that we need to address before we even hit the world stage. There are some deep-seated things that we need to just come to an agreement on about.
Yes.
what it means to really be a black man in this country. And not the narrative that everybody is telling us, but the narrative we want to create. What's the narrative we want to create and start feeding that to our kids and the next generation so they have a different mentality moving forward. I think that's what needs to happen. Brother, that's been an hour, man. It goes fast, man. I understand it goes.
It does go fast, man. It does go fast. It's good. And it's also, I think it was really good because, man, while the world is scrambling for us, giving us some of the attention that we want, it's important that when it's all said and done, we have something. We've come together ourselves on the plan. I mean, to me, that's the most important thing, man.
Right.
You know.
Quick story before we go. I think it was in Uganda. If I got the country wrong, forgive me, but the story still remains the same. The country had got to its wit's end about AIDS. AIDS was running rampant in the country. It was very high, and they didn't know what to do. And the president of the country came to the church. He came to the church and said, "We've done all we can do. We don't have the answer. You can't even help us." They implemented all, but the thing was, they had a plan already. They were just waiting on the time. So the opportunity is coming for us to change the narrative, but we got to be ready. We can't wait until that opportunity comes and then try to get ready. We got to start getting ready now. And so we need to come together as a black community, come up with a plan that's going to set the stage for future generations to make sure that even though they throw the darts, they won't stick. So,
even though they hit with rubber bullets, they shoot y'all with rubber bullets over there. Ow, 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 ow.
Hey, your rubber bullets don't play, bro.
Oh, bro, I know, bro.
Hey, we appreciate everybody joining on, whether you're watching this after the fact. We appreciate you just checking in and watching with us. We do this every Monday, Man Talk Mondays. We do have a YouTube page now, Man Talk Mondays. You can go and subscribe to the YouTube page. All our past broadcasts will be there, so you can go back and check those out. But join us here Monday night, 7 o'clock, where we're here to talk about, just talk about the business, from relationships, just the whole nine. So thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, brothers. Y'all be light, man.